Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in the private lives behind the public faces we admire, in the emotions, silences, and contradictions of celebrity, then this video is just for you. Today, we're focusing on two well-known figures from the Turkish entertainment world, Berk Baktuk and Yağmur Yüksel. Their story has drawn attention not only because of their popularity, but also because of the depth of emotion and mystery surrounding their recent interactions, or the lack thereof. Let's take a closer look at what's been happening, and why fans are so divided about it. A public appearance that sparked a storm. Berk Baktuk recently made a public appearance at a high-profile social event. It wasn't just any red carpet moment. It came on the heels of intense speculation about his breakup with actress Yağmur Yüksel. Given the emotional statements Yağmur had made in recent weeks, sharing her vulnerability, expressing her pain, and opening up about the emotional void left behind, many expected Berk to appear somber, or at least reserved. Instead, what they saw was something else entirely. Berk arrived at the event in style, calm, smiling, and seemingly unbothered. He greeted the press with his usual charm. His outfit, effortlessly elegant with a touch of casual sophistication, made him one of the most talked about names of the night. But what truly caught everyone's attention wasn't his look. It was his energy. He seemed grounded, serene, and confident. "I feel at peace," he said in one interview, a phrase that, while brief, hit with unexpected weight. A divided reaction to some. His demeanor was admirable, a sign of emotional maturity, strength. To others, it felt cold, especially to those who had listened closely to Yağmur's recent interviews, where she described feelings of sadness, confusion, and lingering attachment. Berk's calm exterior seemed almost indifferent. On social media, hashtags like #BerkBaktuk, #Yağmur and #indifferent started trending. While some fans praised his composed appearance, others were furious. While Yağmur suffers, he smiles for the cameras. How can he be so heartless? Maybe this is how he protects himself. Not everyone grieves the same, another wrote. "I thought he cared more. I'm disappointed." The community quickly split into two camps. Those who saw Berk as emotionally distant and those who believed he was simply processing things in his own private way. Is it all just image? Some went further, suggesting that his appearance and the serenity he radiated might have been carefully curated. Could this be a public relations move? In an industry where perception is everything, and where careers can hinge on maintaining the right balance of vulnerability and strength, it wouldn't be unheard of. His team may have decided that the best response to rumors and emotional turmoil was a calm, collected presence, the image of a man who is unaffected, professional, and moving forward. Perhaps he's hurting too, but not all wounds are for display. Read one article in a Turkish entertainment column. The contrast between them. One of the reasons the event stirred so much emotion is the stark contrast between Berk and Yağmur. While she chose openness, sharing raw, emotional reflections about her breakup, he has maintained a near-complete silence. Yağmur talked about missing him, about the weight of silence, about memories that wouldn't leave her alone. Berk, meanwhile, gave no interviews on the matter. No statements, no social media posts hinting at inner struggle. This contrast became a narrative in itself. The heartbroken woman still processing the past versus the man who seemed to have closed the door without a glance back. But is that really fair? Silence doesn't always mean peace. Trying to understand a person's feelings based solely on a public appearance is risky. Many people smile while carrying heartbreak, and in Berk's case, it's possible that his silence is less about detachment and more about control. about refusing to let his pain become entertainment. Still, the public reads into everything. The way he answers questions, the way he smiles, the way he walks into a room. Even his lack of response has become its own kind of message. Silence is also an answer, one fan account wrote, capturing the sentiment of many. What is he really feeling? Could it be that Beric truly has moved on? That the bond between him and Yammer was simply never as deep as we thought? Or is he suffering in silence, choosing not to open himself up to speculation or pity? The truth may be somewhere in between, as it often is. Relationships are complex, breakups even more so. Sometimes one person is ready to speak while the other is still trying to understand what they feel. And for someone constantly in the spotlight, like Beric, the decision to not speak can be its own form of protection. What happens next? Professionally, Beric Bakta continues to thrive. He has multiple upcoming projects in television and film. His popularity remains strong, and the speculation surrounding his personal life hasn't damaged his public image, at least not in any measurable way. But personally, that's still unclear. Will he ever speak out about his relationship with Yammer? Or has he made a decision to keep that chapter private forever? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. His silence has spoken louder than any interview could. A relationship that won't be forgotten. What makes this story resonate is not just the fame of those involved, but the emotional investment of the fans. People felt something between Beric and Yammer. They watched their story unfold, both on screen and off, and many believed it to be genuine. Now, with so many questions left unanswered, the public can't help but speculate, and, in some cases, mourn. Some still hope for reconciliation. Others are beginning to accept that this may truly be the end. But either way, it's clear that both Beric and Yammer are growing, in their own way, in their own time. A private love, a public ending. Perhaps the most powerful part of this story is what it reveals about us, the viewers. We want closure. We want to know who was right, who was wrong. We want resolution. But sometimes, love ends without a final scene, without a speech, without a bow. And all we're left with are fragments, interviews, photos, social media moments, and unanswered questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this story made you reflect on the different ways people experience and process heartbreak, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Until next time, take care, and remember that behind every headline is a human heart, and not all pain is worn on the surface.